Everybody settled? So welcome to this slightly delayed meeting. First item on the agenda is the election of chairperson. We have had in their absence, we've had a hat in the ring from Emily Stacey to the chair. Does anybody else like to put themselves forward or to not?
Second.
Okay. Let's vote on that.
All
in favour? Okay, that's passed. Everything's not here, so I'm going to be. We'll now move on to who would anybody like to put themselves forward for the deputy chairperson?
Can I nominate Phoenix?
Yes, yes.
Second. Happy that I've been to be vice chairman for a long time. I'm very happy to nominate Mr. Phoenix.
Do you ask him if he wants to do it?
I mean, there's not much.
We'll find some.
We got ask.
I think we've got about 5 seconds here. So we'd like to vote on that. All those in favour? That's passed as well. So I shall now hand over in the absence of the chairperson to the deputy chairperson.
Busy trying to find the agenda. Right.
Here you go.
So go. Come on.
You sure?
Apologies for absence. We
Evelyn.
did say. Any declarations of interest? No. Minutes of the meeting of the 4th of March 2025. Any comments, or does anybody like to move the acceptance?
I think there were only two. Well, and only 2 of us are still here, so it probably has to be me and Mike. But move and second them. Terrible.
All those in favour? No businesses of urgency. There's no public speaking. So that brings us to item 8, which is a verbal report from the Solicitor Monitoring Officer on the authority's amendment code of conduct.
Thank you. Since the last meeting, there has been 1 complaint received in relation to something that's made by Councillor Ellicott at a meeting. It was one of the forums. Pleased to say there's a local resolution, apology was offered, and training undertaken. That's in that. If I may, just as a trailer for later work, there has been some developments in terms of the wider government consultation. That's come to an end now in relation to looking at standards, and there have been a number of areas they're going to look at. So that is something that we'll be looking into when they formulate what the new measures for standards committees will be. But they include things like having a right to appeal, having the ability to suspend elected members for a period of time, and disqualify people if need to be in particularly serious cases. But when that feeds through, I'll liaise with you all and update you as to the new standards.
Is that what it used to be?
There used to be a formal standards board.
Well, it used to be very similar.
But
There's some sectors very similar to what you're saying.
But there was also a whole program where there was all sorts of silly, frivolous complaints about people calling each other names.
Yeah, I remember that.
I think it's been formalised a bit more than it is at the moment, but
Right.
hopefully not back to the stringent
At the
regime
moment,
that we had before 2011.
there are a number of areas that could be improved in the whole government standards arrangements.
There's a lack of uniformity across authorities.
Yeah. Right.
That's it for me.
And that brings us then to item 9, which is an overview of complaints and compliments.
Thank you, Chairman. This is so much on the standard form. This is slightly outside of the normal financial year dating wise. Back in March 2025, members of the Standards Committee had an overview of complaints from the 1st of April to middle of February 25. This is almost like an addendum paper that provides a list of the complaints the authority has received from the 18th of February up to the 31st of October. So this is before you the table. We've got one stage 1, one stage 2 complaints for you to see and what the current status on those complaints is. We have got a current case, the stage 2 complaint on that table has gone to the local government social care ombudsman, and they are currently investigating that situation. So we're awaiting an outcome for that matter.
Do we have any timescales?
No, essentially they have heard the case of the complainant. They've come back to us for a set of further information requests, which we've complied with in the last couple of weeks, last week I believe, and now we're waiting their next staging process and outcome.
So all we can do is wait.
I don't know, Mr. Pugsley, are you aware of any developments tonight? That's a believe it's a planning matter.
I am potentially aware of the fact that there may be a legal case to go forward, and that we're currently taking advice from council. I understand. If that's the one that we're thinking about.
I believe it's.
Yes, it's okay.
So those are the only ones that have been received during that time period. We've had a total of 49 compliments over that time period. That's kind of spread quite balanced throughout the access and planning, access and regulation, planning and national park centres. So we seem to get a mixed set of compliments about our kind of authority in those 3 areas primarily, which is quite comforting to hear again. It seems to be a general trend that we are actually receiving compliments about the activities we provide and the service we provide in these areas. So that's kind of a balancing really of the complaints element.
And am I right in that the compliments received are shared with the staff involved?
Yes.
Members?
Very good ratio of complaints to compliments.
Yeah, like 25 to 1.
Indeed. Not we need ever to be complacent about these things, but I think that continues a welcome trend.
So is there anything else on this before? In that case, nothing else in general. I declare the meeting closed.